didina manam kushti didina vai didina ishq ab dil var didina vai didina manam kushti didina vai didina habibi yo walla hadi habibi yo walla hadi habibi yo walla hadi habibi yo walla hadi.
Driver here. Well, 3 days in Manali left us exhausted. We slept way too little, we're too excited, electric light, internet and the whole lot. So all we want to do is come out and tent and have a good 12 hours sleep. And that's what we've just done. It's amazing. Are you feeling better, Sophie?
So much better.
So much better. I think sleep is totally underestimated. That if you would sleep every day and go to bed at 7 and sleep 10 hours or so, you would be another person. It would be just so beneficial for all sorts of things. So what we did last night is we took a bus to a place, a town, and I could see on the map that there was a side valley. And that side valley had a little sort of dirt road. So that's what we've done. Come up here, hitchhiked up here. And then it's a narrow sort of valley. It's quite steep, hard to find a place to camp. And then the first little terrace that we found, we just walked up, lit a little fire, made a cup of tea, something to eat, and then we went to bed at 6. And we just feel so happy waking up in this place. It's absolutely amazing scenery, the night sky, because there's no moon in the moment. Night sky was amazing to look at in the middle of the night. We were awake for half an hour, doesn't matter. And we looked at the sky and wow, so nice. I feel reborn. have a feeling this is a very old animal. It's been around here for a long time. He knows how to slow down in this landscape. Hi Sophie, are you enjoying your BD?
Always.
Look what we're in. Sophie's in an army tent. We're sleeping in our own tent. And this tent is situated next to the monastery at, I think, 3,500 meters. Awesome colors are here. The snow is there. And down there is the village. And this is sort of the Pungi Valley. And today's been snowing. And over there is the monastery. It's an amazing spot. Truly the end of the world. And all these cow, yak creatures are just standing silently around. Well, I'm as far as I can go up the Sural Valley, which is sort of 3 days travel from Manali. If there was a highway, you could have done it in a few hours, but this four-wheel drive, the bus or the jeep only goes like 15 or 20 kilometers an hour. So it took us all day to do 75, and then at the end of the day we're completely exhausted. And then last night we came up here. This morning we walked as far up as possible. While Sophie is meditating in the monastery just below us, I thought I'd go for a little hike to go just to the very end. There is no pass. There is a pass up here, but it's a glacier, and you can't really cross it now because it's winter. It's snowing right now. So, reasonably speaking, this is the end, and I feel it's time to go back. And it feels like a pendulum, you know, that goes forth and back. And the very moment it turns back, there's a little second of standstill, right? And that's exactly what it feels now. A little moment of complete standstill before the movement starts again. The natural movement going back. And it feels good. A little moment of timelessness. And it helps that all around me are yaks doing absolutely nothing, just standing in the snow, looking out, waiting. What are they waiting for? They're not waiting. They're just living, I guess. Anyway, I found a little cave to sit in, and this is my view. Snowy landscape of the Pungi Valley. Had I been here on a nice summer's day with another 100 tourists, I could not have felt the magnificence of this waterfall. But I think, you know, when everyone's going home because it's snowing and, you know, the season says the time is up and wait till next year, that's the time to go out. And that's when you feel the most, I reckon. How do you feel at the end of the world? It was hard to get to Killar, even harder to get up this surreal Sural Valley.
It was. How do I feel?
Yeah, how do you feel at the end of the world?
I feel great. Yeah, time to go back to the big city.
You kidding?
cough is starting to get a little bit better. But I like the humidity. I love the smells. Love the yellow. Reminds me of
It's
Colorado.
so fresh here. It's winter. Well, autumn. Look at the autumn colors. We're now waiting for the bus to go down. The music is there, engines, civilization.
Yeah.
When the buses break down, they go over the edge. Last week somebody died in that bus. It's got a steep territory around here. And they made a new road just there so that they could pick up their bus later. Yeah, it's not looking good. I hope we get good buses today.
Add this to the list of inappropriate places Sophie's lit up a BB. Yeah, actually when I deployed, one of the biggest killers of soldiers in Afghanistan was vehicle rollovers, which might surprise you. I was surprised. So yeah, because these trucks will easily roll over and that ends up killing so many soldiers, we did a ton of training with it. Like we would do this simulation before you deploy where they put you in a Humvee and they actually roll it over and they yell, roll over, and everyone has to put their hands up. So that your top of your head doesn't end up crashing into the top of the car when it turns over. So really, the main thing you got to remember when you're in here is to protect your head. So if we end up falling down this ravine right here, remember to just put both hands up like this against the ceiling so that we won't get any brain injuries. This is the worst conditions we could have been on this road in. It's like it's raining, it's muddy, we're sliding everywhere. We're literally on the edge of a cliff.
Oh, it's horrible.
I wasn't worried about this road, but right now I'm like, this is actually the worst conditions this could be. Holy shit.
Pass into Kashmir.
Everyone is in awe of you right now.
Rolling a chapati.
They're like, what? This can't be happening. Almost there. Almost there.
The road to Kashmir. Well, second most dangerous road in the world, called the Cliffhanger. It's down there. Luckily we don't go there.
याद जन्नत आएगी फिर कभी याद जन्नत आएगी फिर कभी आओ मशहद मिलके चलते हैं आओ मशहद मिलके चलते हैं क्या जरूरत क्या जरूरत है उनको जन्नत की तेरे कदमों पे जो भी मरते हैं तेरे कदमों पे जो भी मरते हैं आओ मशहद में मिल के चलते हैं आओ मशहद में मिल के चलते हैं रकबा जन्नत का यूं से तय न हुआ कई सदियों तलक वो उड़ता रहा
Look what we're in. This is the road we came on yesterday. Oh. Amazing. Gulab Ghar in the early morning. A small narrow gorge, and if you go up there you might find sapphire. What do you think of Kishtwar?
It's very alive, and there's a lot of trash. I haven't seen this much trash anywhere else. Yeah, the rules on chai seem to have changed. I don't know. I'm ready to go. This collection of bracelets has grown over the last couple months. Can you share what this means for you?
They just look so cool. I like the color of it. I like red, I like orange, and yeah, I think it looks good on me because my hands already look a little bit like I've been working in the mines for 20 years. So these bracelets make it more feminine, I guess that's it. And for me it's also the symbol of India, and that's what I want to take home because I just love India, and every time I look at my hands I get reminded of it. in the last 2 months, I really start to see that I am not something solid. I'm not sort of a stone or anything. I am much more sort of fluent, that I am a particle of the environment I'm in. So when I'm in the high mountains, I'll feel part of that, part of the purity, the energy, the clarity, and even eternity. Now we are in Jammu, in a big city, super noisy, filthy, busy, and I'll become part of that. And it's not such a nice feeling, because I feel what we're doing, humans all together, is like we're driving each other mad. We are creating this world, this hyper reality, and that's not very good for our brain. Our brain is such a sensitive instrument. We can't handle this. And so for me, it's very important that I am not going to live here. I won't, but for me, it's important to stay in the places that make me healthy, that gives me energy, and not sucks the energy out of me. So that's the main takeaway. It's very logical, but nevertheless, yeah, it's good to realize that again.
Awesome. What about, as far as your goals were for the trip, do you feel like you achieved them?
Yeah, my goals, I was sort of half jokingly say, like, I want to be closer to the gods. What is God? And there is something much, much bigger out there than the human world. And I think it's important to remember that the human world is tiny. And if you keep looking into that, your world becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think it's important to realize there is a divine, something much bigger out here. And that keeps you sane. I think that's it. That keeps you sane. Yeah.
Yeah. And was Durga with you on this trip?
Durga. Well, I got on my phone this picture of this goddess who rides the tiger. And yeah, that was with me on the trip all the time. And that's an inspiration for me, because she rides a tiger. So she's taming something that's much more powerful than her. And that's why I like it. Yeah. I show other people, like, this is Durga, that's me. It's not me, but I like to be a bit more like her. Yeah.
And so tell me what, you've spent 2 months here. Has it felt like 2 months?
2 months in India is like 2 years. So much is happening. We have moved from one environment into something completely different, from the forest into the desert, super cold, wintry places, and now we're back in summer. And the people have changed so much. The different culture, everything is different. So 2 months in India, definitely 2 years. So time, in a way, is stretching out. And that makes it very interesting.
So you have more time in India.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to live longer, come to India.
Talk to me about randomness and how that's played out on this trip.
Randomness in the sense of things happen without you planning it, and things happening really amazingly well. That seems to happen more in India than controlled and boring countries like Western Europe or like Australia and New Zealand. Things, you don't have to plan everything here. Let things happen according to spontaneity, and things will work out. And it's an amazingly enjoyable process. And yeah, that's what I like about India, that you can just trust randomness. Yeah. I mean, yes, I might come back to India. I like to teach or train other people to go solo. I want to teach them how to light fires, cook their own food, carry their own packs, which means what are you going to take and what are you going to leave behind? Certain things you don't need at all. And how to navigate, how to read the weather while you're in the mountains. Also how to climb rocks and that. Nothing too technical, but just some few tips. And then when is it time to go over the pass and when is it time to stay put? And simple things like never get wet. If the rain comes, you shelter. You find a rock or whatever, or you put your coat on, don't move. Walking in the rain is terrible. You don't need to. So for that, you need plenty of time. So, yeah, I like to take one-day group out and teach them how to go alone.
So I won't be a guide, but I'll be coach, training.
नमो नमो शिव ओंकारा हर हर नमो नमो शिव ओंकारा नमो नमो शिव ओंकारा وما هذه الحياة الدنيا إلا لهو ولعب وإن الدار الآخرة لهي الحيوان لو كانوا يعلمون الله